So my name's Nicholas Tyrell. I give full consent for these to be recorded and shared. So current role is I work in media, TV buying, but I'm also a freelance music and culture consultant, writer, and journalist. I've been doing this role for, I want to say professionally, 2 years at this point. I do this role part time. I work for digital and print publications. I'd say more so digital, but print is there as well. I've written for NME, Paper Magazine, Audio Mac, The Voice, High Snobriety, Hype Beast, OK Player, OK Africa, DJ Booth, and a plethora of others. Crack Magazine, Clash. Yeah, just a lot of publications at this point. Previously, I have dabbled in blogging as well, but I would say formal journalism, it has been 3 years or so. Yeah, so data is super important. Data definitely helps shaping stories and stuff. Like it validates a story when I'm using it, for example, in artist profiles. So it validates and offers evidence of their trajectory, for example. It also can be used for societal kind of factors like crime rates, rate of demographic in a specific region, just really empirically to kind of back up data, if that makes sense. Even in terms of like shaping stories, I'd say like promoting stories, which kind of changes the question a bit, but like what to tag, when to post, what kind of angle you want to frame the story on social media as well. Like, what are the parts that are pertinent and important in the story that you need to kind of highlight to gravitate a certain audience towards your work as well. I'd say that's the way that data initially in my head springs to mind in being useful or being important in the storytelling, and the outside factors after telling the story. So, for example, like promoting the story. What made me choose my most recent role? I love talking about music and how it intersects with popular culture because music is, to an extent, culturally relevant and shapes culture. And writing about it in this format and speaking about it in this format is beneficial to the canon of music and culture. And it's a passion point of mine. Like, so I enjoy doing both practices. Doing subjects like politics, history, and law throughout my career helped equip me for the longer form. Law in particular helped with ethics, and doing roles such as like debating and model UN and stuff taught me how to talk to people, and different types of people as well. Also, blogging across the years helped me to help my interviewing skills, and I would say it helped to equip me to, yeah, speak to different kinds of people as well. The skills that best prepared me, I guess, helped me to be able to do the roles once I got them. So like the commissions and stuff like that. But I would say that also editors helped me along the way, helped shape my voice, helped shape the ethics of the practice of journalism as well, and just put me in the right position to succeed along the way. The difference between like starting my role and how I imagined it before starting was super different. Like navigating commissions, navigating pitching, the style of pitching, adapting my pitches, submissions, delays, editing, all of that. They were things I was aware of, but just them in practice as well was super interesting to kind of get to and do and just navigate. But it wasn't hard. It was just interesting and different, you know. It was just about adjusting. I'd say adjusting and being well accustomed to adjustment is something that you need in this career. I would say it was like using my network. That's how I got this role. And just, yeah, like utilizing your network, building your network, using resources such as like LinkedIn, Twitter, social media platforms as well, call outs, newsletters, friends of friends, etc. That helped me to get my first commission as well. And social media specifically led to me getting my first kind of formal commission reached out to me. But it was super important, early networks and stuff. I think having a little stable of people who were already in freelance journalism helped me to kind of pinpoint what factors I needed to consider, the ones that I mentioned earlier in the field, to build this kind of lane for myself. My network, yeah, they've definitely helped with commissions and me finding different stories to write and pitch in and stuff like that. It's definitely yeah, helped. I think training was something I sought out by mentors, by long-term kind of commissions that I had with people. I sought to kind of get advice on tone, things to consider when writing, things to not consider when writing, approach, interviewing skills, etc. Morals, ethics, super important as well. It's important to have relationships with superiors just to kind of get that advice and like sense check things and having the kind of open forum to kind of progress, if that makes sense. Just to kind of adapt and work on your style of voice and just how to pivot and how to make sure that you are documenting something in the correct way in this field. Some weaknesses I would say I had was a lack of awareness of the factors to consider in journalism. I would say that just reporting was something that I needed to get better at as time went on. But it wasn't something that I didn't actively try and seek out and work on, you know. Typical schedule, freelance is crazy, like especially balancing that with a day-to-day job. I'd say mornings are like emails and stuff like that, and then writing happens afternoon, evening time. Follow-ups can happen any time of day. A planning document I have in the morning, just looking over like what my tasks are and what to do and some pinpoints to consider in my plan, and then executing that can happen anytime from like 11 to 11 till 11 really. Sometimes at night too. Typical roles are pitching to PR, like say if I need to get an artist or interview an artist, responding to pitches, scheduling, so for interviews and stuff, edits, going back and forth on the edits process, speaking to management of artists as well, follow-up questions. Yeah, those are some roles that I have as well. And writing, of course, like writing the piece and pieces, or speaking if it's a speaking engagement. I think COVID, health, how print and media, digital media are changing as well, just in terms of the openness to the spaces, job availability, job security in the field, the practice of journalism, and like bias. Those are influences in terms of staying in the journalism industry. Leaving would be like, the influences would be like nepotism, lack of progress, like stories getting bigger or stories getting more prestigious as time goes on. yeah, glass feeling like you're in a glass ceiling definitely would impact me staying or leaving.